Welcome to State of Tech. Today is Friday, and so we're going to talk about news and just what's to come next week. And the first thing I wanted to start off and talk about is the Note 7. Now, you're probably getting tired of talking about the Note 7 and hearing news about the Note 7, but it sounds like they're still having problems. Somebody supposedly had a phone explode or start to leak or expand or whatever happened to it on an airplane. And that was a replacement phone, one of the phones that are supposed to be safe from Samsung. Now, I have my Note 7 right here. It is a replacement Note 7. It had the little black box on the packaging that says that it's a replacement phone. Once I powered it up, though, it didn't have the green battery icon. The green battery icon in the top, the green battery icon on the always-on display, and then when you hold down the power button for a second to get your restart and shutdown menu, there's also supposed to be an indicator there, and it didn't show up. So I thought, well, why is that the case? I thought I got a new phone or a phone that had been fixed or checked or whatnot. So I actually had to run a software update for those to happen. So my confidence was kind of minimized there. I felt like I had gone and gotten a new phone, that this was a phone deemed to be safe and checked out by Samsung, but it required a software update in order to get the safe battery features. So I kind of blew that off and thought, well, maybe, they did the hardware work and then a software update came through and we have to power up our phones and get the software update. But I actually did go on an airplane with my Note 7 just yesterday. I came back from Mexico. I was in Mexico for a couple of days. And while in Mexico, I was using the Note 7, had no problems using a charger, which was not the original Samsung charger. And then I even used the Note 7 on a plane because it is a replacement phone, so it should be safe according to what we would be led to believe. And I did even, in fact, charge my phone while on the airplane. I got a last-minute upgrade to business class, and there was an outlet there. So I plugged in using my typical charger, which in reality, it shouldn't be any different than plugging into any other outlet because I used my little charging brick that plugs into electricity and has two outs. And I ran one of them right into my Note 7 and was charging it. I was listening to music through my Note 7 and also connected to the in-flight Wi-Fi with my Note 7 and had no problems. It didn't explode. It didn't get hot. Nothing weird happened there. It was a fine experience and I didn't have any problems. So I would assume that my phone is safe, that maybe Samsung just did the physical inspections and then allowed the software update to come through as a push-through software update that normally would be received. So I haven't had any problems with my Note 7. It has rocked my confidence level in the phone a little bit because, in my opinion, the amount of time between when the recall was set and when phones were being shipped again, it seemed like an awfully small amount of time, and so who knows what happened with the phones. I sure would hate for Samsung to have just ran a software update on the phones that somehow puts the batteries in a safe place to where they're not going to have any problems. Maybe it limits charging or something. I would hate for that to be the case, that our phones are actually limited and not full functioning. That would sure be a bummer for something like that to come out for Samsung. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully I don't have to talk about the Note 7 anymore, except for the fact that I do have a couple of Note 7 specific videos coming soon, but it's more stuff for those of you that are Note 7 users and want a little bit more knowledge or education out of your Note 7. So if you've been watching my videos lately, you know that my current laptop, or most recent laptop, was an Asus Republic of Gamers Strix powerhouse of a laptop that I use for video editing. I just did a unboxing and initial setup video on that laptop, and I have a full review coming soon. And unfortunately, I had to send that laptop back. Now, I was experiencing issues, which I talk about in the review, where the laptop would just randomly reboot into BIOS mode, and it had happened like many, many times, and I have I took pictures of the screen and everything. It's just problems with that laptop. It's super powerful, it's great, but what it has driven me back to is my MacBook Pro. Now, this last week, I traveled down to Mexico for a couple of days to shoot some video, and I needed something to edit on. I needed a laptop, and I still had my MacBook Pro. So I took my MacBook Pro with me and actually did a little bit of 4K video editing on the MacBook Pro. Now, since I hadn't been using my MacBook Pro as my daily computer, I didn't have any applications opened. I actually had some stuff that I uninstalled and had cleaned off some stuff on the laptop, and the laptop seemed to be performing pretty well. Now, I rendered out a 45-second video and a 30-second video, and those took about 8.5, 9 minutes to render out, which is a lot of time considering how small the files they are. But, if all you're doing is editing small files like that and, exporting time isn't that bad, the actual rendering process goes relatively quick. And I did all this editing while I was on an airplane, and it was a relatively quick process. So it made me really kind of rekindle a little bit of my love for the Mac. I mean, I know that there's going to be an update to the MacBook Pro later on this month in October. That's been all of the speculation. And so for those of you out there that are Mac users who are thinking like, okay, when's the next MacBook Pro coming out? Hopefully it's the end of this month. And I am starting to think maybe I will just hold on. I'll forgo trying to buy another laptop to replace the Asus that was having problems. There's other things that I didn't really like about the Asus, but I was willing to deal with because it was such a powerful computer. But considering the fact that most of the time I'm not rendering out big projects on a laptop anymore, I have the PC that I built for that. Maybe the MacBook Pro is okay to stick with. I don't have anything too crazy the rest of this month that I'm going to need to use a laptop for, so I may just hold on to that MacBook Pro, see what Apple does later on this month with their refresh. Hopefully they refresh it with something powerful. A lot of PC laptops are moving towards desktop class GPUs, so the actual video card inside of the laptops are becoming desktop class. They're not some choked down mobile class architecture. And so with that said, I'm hoping that Apple moves forward as well and puts desktop class video cards, GPUs inside of their MacBook Pros. If that's the case, my next laptop purchase may be a MacBook Pro, just because I still like Apple. I still like the platform, the Mac OS platform. So we'll see. And as I get either some, rumors that I think are legitimate or more information, I'll share that with you guys on these Friday news videos. Well, I don't know about you guys, but so far I've been kind of enjoying Mailbag. Now, just to kind of let you know, because we've only done one of those videos so far, and another one will be posted Monday, I believe. But I've been kind of addicted lately to ordering really inexpensive stuff off of eBay. Last week, it was some really high-powered magnets that I got for next to nothing. And I've gotten cables and other little things that have been just kind of fun to play with, and they've costed like under $5 including shipping. And so why not get them, play with them, just kind of see what they're all about. And I have stuff that came in. So we're going to be looking at what came in all these packages over the course of the next week or so. I'll be opening up these and just kind of discovering some of these inexpensive little pieces of technology or whatever it is that I happen to buy on eBay. So make sure to subscribe to get notified here on YouTube when we have those mailbag videos come up. So the Pixel phones have officially been announced, and they got leaked like crazy. I mean, everybody knew pretty much everything that was coming in these Pixel and Pixel XL phones. I've talked about it the last couple of weeks as rumors have continued to leak, and it is now official that the Pixel and Pixel XL are the phones from Google. They're the first official Google phones, even though they're still built by somebody else, so I really don't know why it's any different, but nonetheless, it's Google's first official phones that they're calling as something that they designed and developed or whatnot. So anyways, what's interesting about these phones is, of course, they're coming with their own kind of UI, their own launcher, the Pixel launcher. We've talked about that in past videos here. But the camera that's coming in it and the processor that's coming in it, like, this is a powerhouse of a phone. It is a flagship phone. It's not a midline level phone like most of the Nexuses of the past. Of course, the Nexus 6P was a pretty powerful phone, but it still wasn't quite on par with what was considered flagship phones for last year. Now this Pixel and Pixel XL have the next version of processors that's faster than what even comes in Samsung's Note 7 and S7 and what's coming with most of the phones right now. So it's going to have a little bit better of a processor. The camera has been measured as being the best performing camera, which has now trumped the S7, Note 7, and all the Galaxy phones. So we'll see what that means in actual real life performance. The phone itself, I mean, is very much resembles an iPhone. They have now their iPhone and their iPhone Plus. Essentially, that's what Pixel and Pixel XL are, just two different size phones. It doesn't seem like there's really too much of a difference between the two phones other than screen size. And there's maybe a few other little differences, but mostly both of the phones contain the same internals. So what I'm excited about, and I talked about this in a previous video where I talked about Google Allo, which is a new chat app from Google that also includes Google Assistant, is that Google is incorporating Google Assistant into their Pixel and Pixel XL phones, which is amazing. I wanted that, and I talked about that, and here it is. It's great that they're putting this into the phone. What their Google Assistant allows you to do is, instead of doing a Google search or asking Google Now, hey, Google Now, what's the weather today or whatnot, and it gives back kind of an answer. I mean, Google Assistant gives back really dynamic information and is conversational. And it's like having your own kind of concierge there with you all the time. It's much more beneficial than Google Now. It works way better than Siri and Cortana and all of that. So I'm super excited to see what Google Assistant is going to look like inside of Pixel and Pixel XL. And then hopefully Google Assistant rolls out to all of the other Android phones that are out there in an update later on. I think Google Assistant is going to change the game until Siri and Cortana can catch up, which they've been trying to catch up since day one. So nonetheless, the Pixel and Pixel XL are coming. They're already available for pre-order, so make sure to check those out. And they should be shipping, the dates have slipped a little bit, but people are looking to start getting their Pixel or Pixel XL phones in mid-November, early to mid-November. And then Google Home, which Google is selling as a in-home assistant that uses Google Assistant and integrates with your other devices, your home devices. Like I have a couple of Nest cameras, which used to be called drop cams, and also have the Nest thermostats in my home and office. And so now I'm going to be able to use Google Assistant or Google Home to make changes to those. And as I get more connected devices in my home, make changes and stuff as well. Having a Chromecast plugged into your television means that you're going to be able to tell Google Home something, and it's going to be able to pipe that to your television. I am excited about what that is going to look like. Now, I've been complaining about technology kind of being lackluster for the last couple of years, and not that this is a total game changer or anything yet, because it's still early adopter stuff, but it's something new and exciting to play with. And being able to put Google Home in your home, tell it, show me the weather or whatever, and it tells it and sends it to your television, and this is next level stuff. And as Google continues to move in that direction and others follow suit, such as Apple probably will with the TV and their Siri remote and all of that stuff, it's just going to be really cool. So I'm super excited, not only just for the Pixel and Pixel XL and what this new way of interacting with your technology is going to look like. Not so more is it very linear where you give a command and an exact answer comes back. The machine learning and the artificial intelligence is starting to take place now, and we're actually able to get interesting information back as a conversational way, so it's not so bland and flat. So we have a whole slew of reviews coming down the pipeline. I feel like it was super slow for technology for a little while, and then all of a sudden we've got all of these things that have came out. I received the new Sony action cam, the FDR X3000. that came in today, and I'm going to spend a little bit of time with it and review it. I have a new quick charge battery here, power bank, to 20,000 milliamp battery pack that can be used to charge multiple devices. We're going to take a look at that. I got a new 6-port USB charging station that has quick charge in it as well, because these days my devices are requiring that. I just about finished up my Honor 8 review, the full review. I know we did a first look video, but I did a full review of the phone and its cool dual camera feature. I also, with my Note 7, yes, I did go and get another Note 7, as I mentioned earlier, but we're going to look at the camera and compare it to the iPhone 7. So there's even more stuff to talk about, but that's a look at what is coming in the next week. So make sure to subscribe. So that's going to do it for State of Tech News. I hope that you please subscribe to our channel. That's how you're going to get updated as we put out new videos. I had a lot to say in this week's news video. We have some cool stuff coming here on this channel. So make sure to click on that subscribe button. Click on the like button if you like this video. And if you have any questions or thoughts, leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for checking out State of Tech this week, and we hope to see you back soon. Thanks.